There they are, those guys again. Hamilton's finest, you might say? You damn right. Welcome to Three Minds Think Alike.
I know these two other guys, man. This is unbelievable. I'm so happy to see you two, and of course, you, the listener. Welcome back to Three Minds Think Alike podcast. I'm your host, Spencer Grenier, joined by Kyle Chambers and the Max Hatter. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit like and subscribe and that bell notification, because then you are going to get notified of all the coverage and everything right then and there. So, boys, you know what time it is. I got my cup of Joe, and off we go. Let's dive in. Nature is quite a sight to see. Summer 2025 had its best memories, cherishing all the fun activities, going to festivals, hanging out with friends, even getting that job promotion, traveling to that one favorite vacation destination, or graduating school. And yes, it will be missed, but something in the air changes, a transition. This is where the warm weather meets the cold. Leaves start to change color. Daylight becomes night much sooner. I recommend getting your cameras and start taking photos, because this is the season where beauty shows its very best in Southern Ontario. Welcome to fall 2025. Apple orchards, hay rides, pumpkin spice. Oh, the pumpkin spice lattes. And most of all, getting spooky for the Halloween season. I recommend getting an air horn so that you could scare the crap out of trick-or-treaters. Works every time, baby.
Yeah, a little kid coming out. It's like, I'm gonna get it. Whoa!
That's right. That's right. As we enter the month of October, it's still crucial to continue accomplishing your goals and being the best version of yourself. Though it is nice seeing bikinis in 30-degree weather at the beach, we all know that those Halloween parties are going to make up for lost time. But regardless, have fun, learn, grow, and embrace the new season that has officially arrived. Autumn 2K25. Alrighty, boys. This is awesome, and it is a change of the season, and it is quite beautiful outside. But Kyle, I'm going to start off with you with this one. We've had a great summer. So with this transition into the new season, are you having post-summer blues?
Post-summer blues is not what I'm describing, what I describe it as, just because my gigs for outside of radio, they require a lot more attention on the weekend. So I am doing play-by-play for junior C-level hockey teams. So I'm a lot busier on the weekends now than I was over the summer. It is nice to go outside and still have the warmer weather. And it is different because my parents and my family aren't home as much because they're working. I'm doing amazing things, making the magic happen in the studio and in the arena. So I wouldn't necessarily call it blues as much as it is a change of scenery. And I have a question for you, Spencer. I see that you don't like pumpkin spice. Do you gentlemen both think that pumpkin spice is overrated, or do you think it's properly rated?
In my opinion, it's a little overrated because, like, there's barely any pumpkin in it. It's just a spice blend, really, and pumpkin itself doesn't really taste like much.
It's a good question. It just never really comes to mind for me. I guess it just depends. I mean, I just don't get the craze of this pumpkin spice lattes, but it is nice. I mean, a nice little add a little cinnamon into there, right? Especially having it in a nice coffee latte would be quite delicious. But one of these days, I'll have to take it like a champ and see why this craze of the Starbucks pumpkin lattes are so significant.
We'll have to go down to a local coffee shop, Spence, and we'll try one of these pumpkin spice
Totally.
flavors. I'm not as big. I like pumpkin spice as a flavor. It's not like my favorite thing that I get so excited about fall. It's not the main thing that I'm excited about fall. Having said that, I do enjoy a pumpkin spice beverage or food item once in a while.
Do you also feel that you like the fall because, we love sports so much? Hockey season's here, football season's here, even basketball. And that's where that's our wheelhouse. And it's like, we could finally attend these events. So, not so much activities outside, but inside watching what we love so much. Is that also a contribute as to why you are excited for the fall season?
I think it's a massive contributor. Why I'm excited for the fall season. There is something about football, basically all weekend long because on Friday you might have college football. I'm not a massive college football fan, but there's always something on if you want to watch college football. Saturday, it's getting later on in the CFL season, so CFL will be getting into their playoffs in late October, so it's getting down to the wire over there. So those games are on Saturdays right now. Then on Sundays, you have the NFL, and I can come home from my hockey gig on a Sunday afternoon and catch the end of the 4:30 game. Then you watch the pregame, all for the hour and a half while you're having Sunday dinner, all the way till the 8:20 kickoff. You have your 8:20 kickoff for the Sunday night game. Then on Monday night, there's the Monday night football. I get home from acting class and can watch the first end of the first quarter and in the second quarter of that. So you can tell my personal life kind of revolves around that. Also, I've been fantasy football, but I
Yes.
know for Max, you're a part of a lot of the Hamilton festivities, and you like to go to the art festivals and the different fairs and whatnot. So you're someone that I know likes the multiculturalism of somewhere like Hamilton for the full time as well.
Yeah, also it's like not just the summer; it's also happening in the fall and the spring. And usually just kind of slow during the winter, like one or two things maybe.
Well, here's the thing
Also,
too.
like
Oh, sorry, Max. Sorry
also
about
with
that.
the for me, it's more about like the fall colors, like just seeing the changing of the leaves from green to yellow, orange, and red. I don't like brown though, because that means they're dead.
Well, here's the thing, Max, because you live just right off of James Street North and such a beautiful historian street. And yeah, it's fine in the summer, but I feel that it's so magical. It gives a character in the fall season. And especially there's a lot of people that like to take pictures down there too, right? Where they're dressed in a nice style, right? They're, it's not just, oh my goodness, it's 30-degree weather, so it's going to be tank tops and shorts. Now we can actually bring character into this, considering that it is the colder weather out there. So a nice jacket, maybe a mock turtleneck, and just kind of it fits that element. And do you feel that it's so special? Like, do you even see, like, are you picking up what I'm putting down? And what does it mean to you on the transition and why James Street North is so beautiful during the fall season?
It's actually really nice to see people dressed differently, as you were trying to say, I would imagine, because I think you were going with style and having everyone look different and new and fabulous.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
exactly. We do have a lot of stores like that on James Street as well. Like, man, there's like 3 retro clothes stores. There's like that shoe store. Like, I actually got boots there like when I was in like high school when I was 14. I still have them, and that's over 15 years of those boots specifically. So like you can get something there. Seems expensive. It looks great, but it'll last forever.
That's true. Yeah,
Literally, those things are like not gonna fall apart anytime soon,
absolutely.
unless I
And
take them apart.
And Max, I think there's something to be said also for things that are local to your area. So, for example, in the Haldeman, Norfolk area where I'm currently residing, they have fresh apples that grow in Norfolk County. So you can buy fresh apples from different markets, or you can go apple picking in some of the places at an hour or hour and a half outside of my area on the countryside yourself. So there's different ways to get involved in the fall season beyond just what you wear and what it's like outside. And I
The
find
apples
that I'm
sound
not a
great.
meteorologist at all, but in September we've have had a few days where it's been over 20 degrees. We've had more days over 20 degrees than
Yeah,
not. I know in September it can go up and down with the weather, but it is nice to have a couple of days where it does get over 23 degrees.
It
yeah. It's
does.
like the first half of the month. It's still summer.
That's right.
It's like you still need that air conditioner. It's like I don't want it in my room though. Take it away.
That's why everybody
But I
gets
do
sick.
love that apple thing.
Yeah,
I
because
just love apples.
oh yeah. Well, that's why everybody gets sick too, because it's so warm, but then it's the night where it gets people, right? Especially when I
Yeah.
went to go see the movie last night. It was beautiful. But then when after the movie, I walk outside, I'm like, holy, I'm like,
Holy
oh my
crap,
goodness.
it's only 10
Yeah.
degrees.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness. But here's the thing. And Kyle, I know that even out in the Jarvis and the open fields, that's where the orchards are. And I love apple picking too, Max, because you save a lot of money on apples when you go to the orchards than where you would go to the actual grocery store, which leads to what I always love to do when I go apple picking. And I want to ask the both of you that, do you guys love making fall cuisines, aka fall desserts, homemade apple pie, for example? So what do you guys think on that?
That stuff's great. Like my mom's just well, when they get back from the hospital, my mom will be downstairs making this apple bread that I saw. It's kind of like banana bread, but instead of bananas.
That's a great point, Max. For me, I love personally just a nice warm piece of pie. You even buy it from the store that's homemade, or even just from the store that they make there. You put it in the oven, then you take it out, have a nice scoop of ice cream or some whipped cream on there, and put some corn syrup or some caramel sauce on it, and even warm up the caramel sauce if you want. And then you have yourself a nice warm piece of pie, especially on a Sunday before you have to get back into the regular routine of what's coming on Monday morning. That is just honestly fall bliss. And there's also the pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin pie. I'm not a massive fan where I'll have it like for the entire fall season, but having pumpkin pie on Halloween night or during Canadian Thanksgiving, that is phenomenal as well.
And of course, one of the benefits of October is Halloween season. And guys, what is it that you love about Halloween so much? Like, do you love dressing up? I mean, all of us are creative. I mean, we're radio hosts and we love movies and TV shows. But do you guys get excited when you see stores like Spirit Halloween even open up in August? So then everybody has their festivity, their choice of costume ready for the October season.
I honestly think, Spence, Spirit Halloweens are fun. I'm not going to go to Spirit Halloweens or stores of that nature very often. Having said that, when you and I both lived in Hamilton for career opportunities, we were neighbors essentially, and you took me to a Spirit Halloween after we went out for dinner the one night, and you were so excited to go to a Spirit Halloween. And there was all types of like fun masks and things. I ended up buying a hockey sweater, I think.
That's
right.
Yeah,
the Spirit Halloweens are something where they are open in August. They stay open until early November, then they're completely closed. So yeah, I think they're fun if you're in the Halloween scene. My aunt's old neighbor was a massive part of the Halloween scene. He would actually have a haunted house in his backyard, and then he moved it to the Waterford Pumpkin Fest in Norfolk County, the neighboring county over, for charity. You spend $5, you go through for charity, and I remember him like having these props and these gloves and different things where the thing that you wore, whether it be a glove or thing you put on your arm, actually are like skin that actually attach to your skin. So it's like a slimy feeling on your skin because it actually like will form to your arm or form to whatever you're putting on. So the mask will all form to your face, and the hand that you put on, it's all obviously this rubber, but it's kind of silicone rubber, so it all sticks to your arm or sticks to whatever body part you're putting it on. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I usually don't go to like a costume store or somewhere that's dedicated to having pre-made costumes. I usually go to places like Salvation Army or Value Village and actually build my costume from scratch. Like I had this knight costume. Basically, ended up having to buy certain kinds of fabric from Fabricland or wherever to like just sew together to make convincing looking chainmail armor and the proper tunic, because you can't really find the boar for the Black Knight. You can't really find that as a t-shirt anywhere. So we ended up buying like a tank top and stitching on the boar out of felt, and yeah, kind of just make everything from scratch for costumes. Like, and just recently with the Mad Hatter costume, I bought almost everything from Value Village except for the suit and the hat.
Well, that's the one thing too, and a lot of people have started to do that, and they've been doing that for a few years in home making their costumes. And I personally like that too, because then you know precisely what you're looking for. And don't get me wrong, it's not Spirit Halloween's fault, like for what they have in stock, but maybe like they have like for like again, say a Mad Hatter costume that there's something specific and crucial that you're looking for that it is in need for the whole set that maybe they don't have it with the Spirit Halloween options, right? So then just going down into thrift stores, and again, Max, where you're like the Goodwill near downtown there. I think it was on oh my God, King Street East or something like that. We were down there for Open Streets, even going
Yeah, the
there.
Salvation Army is on King East. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Like
but then
close
even
to
like
Ferguson.
and do you and Max, I want to ask you that even because again, you know how much what we and all three of us we adore going downtown Hamilton. It's that creative and it's so artsy that it's so perfect for spooky season and being people creative with their costume ideas. Like, do you cherish even like when you were younger? Did you cherish going trick or treating down there? Be like, oh, I can't wait because I couldn't imagine the scenery of everybody just making a like their own trick or treat festival for crying out loud. It feels like.
Well, when I was a kid, it was abandoned streets.
Yeah.
Like no one was like half the stores were completely empty. Some of them had like, oh, it's the one guy, he does the thing. It's like, but he closes at 7 or like totally locks the door at 7 because yeah, it was an abandoned street, so it wasn't great. Like only like 15 years ago, I think, they actually had people start getting back onto James Street.
That's not bad.
But
That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
going trick or treating was great. I usually go to the north end to do that though.
Yeah. Well, and that's and I think it's in Kyle with your situation, just like me too when I was growing up. Like we were in suburban neighborhoods. We weren't really in the city that much. So like for example, for myself, like when I was younger, like Halloween was popping. And then plus like the demographics, like there was all like, younger families with their kids. So it made it easy for all of us to participate in the Halloween festivities. And the same thing with you. And even when you're younger, Kyle, like was it the same thing? Like was it like were you and your brother like dressing up and meeting up with your buddies? Because everybody knows each other out in that area too, right? And was it actually fun when you went trick-or-treating?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, we went trick or treating. We usually go around the block, and I remember going to my Aunt Diane and Uncle Rod's just the next street over, and they would give us like basically a care package. So this care package would include a few bags of chips, the little small ones, some chocolate, and actually pairs of socks. It was kind of a little tradition between our extended family, at least with them anyway, that we would get socks with our rest of our things. And I remember my neighbor across the street would give away these massive chocolate bars, like I'm talking the big ones. And there was one year where I was a little bit older. I would have been about 16, 17, and I was giving out candy. And I actually went across the street to get a chocolate bar. 'Cause I know every year that my neighbor would have this chocolate bar. So I went across the street, got the chocolate bar, said thank you, and then went back and did trick or treating. I'm sitting there eating the chocolate bar like it's nothing, right? But I wouldn't recommend that. That was just for our neighbors. Don't steal candy from kids. But anyway,
That totally reminds me, like there's like a house down like I think it was on Ferry Street, like the corner of Ferry and McNabb. They would always give out like full size chocolate bars and a can of pop. So it's like
Yeah.
here's a No Henry and a Coke.
Yeah. Those
Yeah,
are the like because those are the houses that hit up too, right? It's like, when you're younger,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we need to go that outside because that's a guarantee that they are gonna have the big stuff, man.
Yeah,
They have like
they're
their
like
pillowcases
that would
filled.
give out full size things as well, and theirs was always the best because they would always have like we've got all the inflatable stuff. It's like a Halloween horror house on their lawn. 'Cause
Has
they
there
have
been
like the whole
so
corner lawn.
yeah, and as I mentioned earlier in the monologue there that I did this one air horn prank and I loved it. I've always wanted to make a triumphant return in doing air horn pranks for the Halloween season. Was there any moment in time where you guys had an opportunity to scare the crap out of trick-or-treaters, or was there a time where you were scared by someone doing something like that? What was the most craziest, traumatizing event that you guys experienced during the Halloween season being scared?
well, I think for me, honestly, I was going through that haunted house that I said earlier with my aunt's neighbor who was in charge of it. I was so scared at the time. I would have been about 10 or 11 that my uncle on my other side of the family actually put his mask on and said, "Hey, it's Uncle Brad," because I was just a scared kid like most of the time anyway. But I didn't really have anything. Not the kids didn't really mess with me that much, but then again, I didn't really go out trick or treating outside of my residential neighborhood much other than just that for the most part. But having said that, it was an overall positive experience. But obviously, when my brother and I were younger, my mom would still go through to make sure there was no anything else inside the candy outside of just candy because there has been, it's kind of a safety procedure for a lot of parents of younger children to go through their child's belongings or candy to make sure that no one has slipped into something that could be harmful to the child.
The scariest thing for me was actually something we did in Cubs. Like we were in like this forest area, like we have nice cabins, like, and there's like a few different troops. We were playing this game, and me and my friend Jeremy were hiding like behind a couple of trees and crouching down, and then we hear someone go, "I see you," and we screamed and ran right into a fence, wire fence. He ended up like getting cut like on his nose, and I kind of like just hit it really hard and bounced it off and hurt my butt when I landed on the ground. Yeah, we didn't really do any real major damages. Just we ended up having to stop playing that game because we could have really gotten hurt. And blah blah blah. But it was really scary because it was like at night and there was like really low light coming from the cabins. That was probably the scariest thing for me. And the scariest thing I did to a kid was I carved a pumpkin and I stabbed it with a knife, and it scared a little girl to high heaven. Like, I was like, "Oh, that pumpkin's got an ouchie." He's like, he's dying. It's like it's already been picked, so it's technically already dead, and it's a pumpkin. It's not gonna feel too much anymore.
Yeah, you should have told the kid like, "Oh, if you thought this was gruesome, wait till the squirrels get their hands on this pumpkin."
Yeah, we actually had one year squirrels actually ate. It's like we usually keep them in the backyard, but this time it got partially eaten, so it's like all lumpy and weird looking. It's like that looks cool. We're gonna put that out, but yeah, it kind of fell apart after a while too. So it's like it looks like a scary pumpkin. 2 hours in, it's just mush now.
And it's still a perfect season to be active and to move around and still kind of exercise. And I feel that the fall is so significant with that because it's not too hot to go out for a run, but it's the perfect, nice, cooler, crisp weather that, say, if you're going on a walk or a run, you can still go a further distance because that coolness, the cool weather can help out with your body significantly, and also with you walking the dog with Coda as well. Do you feel that it's much easier to be active during the fall months?
Yeah, like even just going out to do certain fall activities, like there's this zombie walk. It's like a 3-hour walk. I actually did that when I was in high school. But it's like you dress up as a zombie and you walk from like downtown to like Westdale, and then you go all the way to the north end from there, and then back. And then you can leave, which is like, hey, guess what? It's gonna be another half an hour to get home from here. So yeah, just you can walk forever. It feels like, or do activities forever. Like just a little yesterday, I was watching these guys that were like biking down Main Street to Westdale, and like I don't know what they did, but I saw them again when I was that afternoon when I was taking Coda for her. Like I was just taking her out to go to I think I was just taking her for a walk, but like I saw those guys again, so that was like, were they just biking all day, or did they actually just have a picnic? Because at Princess Point, because like if you've never been to Princess Point, it actually looks beautiful this time of year.
Nice. Go ahead, go.
Yeah, I think as far as the Christmas and the cool air, it is phenomenal. I honestly like the Christmas and cool air because I'm in cold arenas all the way from early September all the way till mid to late spring. So from September all the way to the March, April, May time frame. So when it's 25 degrees outside, when I have my full basically trench coat on, so to speak, and like the full get up of me looking nice, but also being nice and warm. It's kind of weird going outside in 27-degree weather and then going in the car, then going to the game, then getting home at 5:30 and it still being warm. But when you have that colder weather, it kind of fits the whole feel of it being in the winter months. So for that reason, I do enjoy the cooler weather outside.
Man, guys, I have to say it was awesome reuniting with the two of you. And by the way, our listeners, we want to know. Please comment down below. What do you love about fall so much? It can be anything. So what we'll do is for all the comments down below, we'll mention about it on our next episode. Guys, once again, thank you so much and keep rocking and rolling. And we'll see you next week.